Welcome back, everyone. NicknLex here. Thank you so much for joining me today to this new episode of Music with Nick. Super excited today. JK sent me this awesome marathon. It's almost like he broke the code to get instead of 5 songs, 10 songs. But no, I'm just kidding, because these songs are basically little medleys. Almost like 3-minute medleys, but it's 2 songs in one recording, which is awesome. And I don't even think that it's gonna be recognized as 2 songs on by YouTube, you know, because it's recorded as 1 song, but it's 2 songs. But so I love the idea, and I even told Alexa, "Oh my God, JK figured out how to, you know, get a longer." I mean, it's actually not even longer. It's actually on the shorter side, but I just was joking around. It's like he broke the code, you know? So it's just, it's a funny thing. So I love it. I love it. I'm super excited to do this. And he even called it 2 for 1. It's like, hey, you know, I gotcha, you know, I'm getting 2 for 1. So thank you. Thank you, JK, for sponsoring this and for supporting the channel endlessly. Honestly, it says here, so we got some information to cover. So I think what I'm going to do is let's listen to 1 song and then let's come back to this page, even though it's blinding me. That's what I want to do with Google. I've tried to put it in like night mode and it just doesn't work. I'm sure it's possible. And I think we had it that way, but it was also kind of like, nah, it doesn't look good at all. So let's put it back to this. So I'm just going to do the first song we'll talk about, and then I'm going to introduce the second song. So the intro's not so long, so we can get going. Some people kind of like skip this anyways, you know. So it says, "Hi, Nick. First of all, congratulations on your upcoming announcement." And we still haven't. We will do the announcement, of course, on the channel. But we're still. I might have steered some people in the wrong direction. You know, a lot of people are like, I know what your announcement is, but hey, you know, maybe not. So that's why it's fun, you know, to throw you guys off. So it says, "I know you're very busy, so there's absolutely no hurry for you to react to these 5 songs, or should I say 10 songs? But no, thank you so much. Again, thank you so much, guys, for your patience. Sometimes I do get kind of caught up with, you know, work and the channel and other stuff, and just like, you know, parents and all kinds of just life, you know. Everybody, we all have our things, you know. So it says, "Because each song is a combination of 2, a variety of styles here, so enjoy." So the first one is actually a song that I used to kind of play a little bit. Scarborough, I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly. I've always seen it on the paper because I had it in a classical guitar book. Scarborough Fair, I think that's correct. And Canticle by Simon and Garfunkel from the album Parsley, Sage and Rosemary and Thyme from 1966. So I used to play this as an exercise on the when I studied classical guitar. I think it's that dum 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 dum. Oh wait, no, that's different. Something like that, I think. Da, 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 I think. I've never heard this version by Simon Garfunkel, and it says a traditional folk ballad combined with Paul Simon original. Okay, so let's go into that one first. And like I said, from 66, I love when we go back. I'm so obsessed right now with 60s music, like the Doors, you know, and I'm loving that we're doing the Doors, and we don't even get any kind of requests. We just do them, you know, because it's so interesting, and the Grateful Dead and stuff like that. So let's start off with that song, and then we'll go to the second one, and we'll do all 5. And So we'll go through it like that. So here we go with Simon and Garfunkel. Enjoy. Let's go. Let's see if it's the one that I'm actually was singing.
Are you going to Scarborough Fair?
Yes, I think.
Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Remember Anita Markham lives there. She once was a true love of mine.
That's actually the one that I meant. So yeah.
Tell her to make me a cambric shirt, a deep forest green, parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme, sparrow and snow-crested brown, without no seam or need or words, the child of the mountain. She'll be a true love of sleeps unaware of a cloudy and calm. Tell her to find me an acre of land, a sprinkling of leaves, parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme, with sunlight tear between the salt water and sunny strands and polishes a gun. She'll be a true love of mine. Tell her to reap it in a sickle, billows blazing in scarlet battalion, parsley, sage, rosemary, and generals order their soldiers to kill and gather it all and to fight for a cause they've long ago forgotten. She'll be a true love of mine. Are you going to Scarborough Fair? Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Remember me to one who lives there. She once was a true love of mine.
Wow. So beautiful. I just want to go back here real quick. And that's the one that I meant. Da da dee da da dee dum dum. And then that ba da ba dum ba bum bum ba da ba dum bum ba bum bum bum. There's this weird like kind of like time signature change. I love it. Yeah, I still have that book, and I used to actually be able to play it. I don't know what I was singing there. I was singing. I don't know. I don't know, but something. I always confuse them. I think they're obviously very old, like almost Celtic. I think tunes, and I just mix them up for some reason. This was beautiful. I mean, everything. I just want to look at the lyrics really quickly. So Scarborough Fair. Remember me to one who lives there. She once was a true love of mine. Tell her to make me a cambric shirt. Yeah, very just the lyrics, there's like I don't know. I really have to like look it up what it means, but I want to just focus on the beautifulness of the music right now. Obviously, Simon and Garfunkel, they're just like almost uncomparable as what they did with their voices. I mean, obviously, they're beautiful guitar playing, you know, that finger style mixed with the piano and just the harmonies they would come up with, like the way they have. I've seen both of them separately, and Art Garfunkel, he has just like the voice of an angel, but also Paul Simon has just this. It was just like this perfect combination, and to put it together, and this is I like a cover of you, something very very old. So it even says composer. This is traditional music, you know. This was wonderful. This was very very beautiful, and I didn't even notice that it had a second, you know, song or a second, I guess, composition, the Canticle part. I would have just said, well, it's, you know, part of the song. Maybe that. I mean, this is like music for. This is almost like angelic, you know, the way it's performed, the way it's recorded for that time, and it's wonderful. And obviously, you know, this whole like parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme, those are like the incense that, you know, that Alexia buys. And so that's how I know of these, you know, these things. Very very beautiful. Thank you so much for, you know, for putting this in the marathon. Just beautiful music, man. Wonderful. And but yeah, since it's this very old tune, that's the one that I was learning, the original, because it was transcribed for a classical guitar, and it's you basically play the bass and the you know, you arpeggiate the chords, and you play the melody and the bass and everything, just like when you play a piece by Bach on classical guitar, you play everything, you play, you know, all the instruments at once. It's very difficult, but this was like an easier piece to do. So yeah, okay. Let's jump to the next song. So this is called Tainted Love, Where Did Your Love Go? By Soft Cell, the US radio edit from 1981. I got the right one. And then JK, thank you so much for writing everything down so I wouldn't get anything wrong. I really appreciate this. It says the original song combined with a song made famous by Diana Ross and the Supremes, which we also reacted to. So check out if there's anything that I mentioned and you're like, they should really react to this, or Nick should do it, just type it in. You might be surprised how much stuff we've reacted to that doesn't pop up on your feed, you know. Okay, so let's check it out here. Here it says Tainted Love. Okay, they got the year wrong here. So Soft Cell, let's check it out. There you go.
Sometimes I feel I've got to run away. I've got to get away from the pain you drive into the heart of me. The love we share seems to go nowhere, and I've lost my light, for I toss and turn. I can't sleep at night. Once I ran to you, now I run from you. This tainted love you've given, I give you all a boy could give you. Take my tears and that's not nearly all. Tainted love, tainted love. Now I know I've got to run away. I've got to get away. You don't really want any more from me to make things right. though you hurt me so. Now I'm gonna pack my things and go. Tainted love, tainted love, tainted love, tainted love. Touch me, baby, tainted love. Touch me, baby, tainted love.
There we go with the second song.
Baby, baby, where did our love go? Oh, don't you leave me. Don't you leave me no more. I've got this burning, yearning, yearning feeling inside me. Ooh, deep inside me. And it hurts so bad. You came into my life so tenderly with the burning love that stings like a bee. And now that I'm surrendered so helplessly, you know I believe you wanna leave me. Oh, baby, baby, where did our love go? Oh, don't you leave me. Don't you leave me no more. Oh, baby, baby, where did our love go? Oh, don't you leave me. Don't you leave me no more.
So good. Okay, so I do have to say, I think Tainted Love, I don't know if I've heard it before, but not in full. And I just remember that when we went to see ABC, before the concert, there was this amazing introduction. And I always forget the name, and I'm sure you guys already know what I'm talking about. He tours with these, new wave bands, and he just introduces them. He gave us an entire lesson, an entire class, starting off with Kraftwerk and Giorgio Moroder and Donna Summer, and then it came to these guys here, like Soft Cell, and I think he played us half of the video of this, I think. So obviously this is new wave, synthy, synth. Reminds me obviously of stuff we've done, like the Depeche Mode and that kind of deal, just like I just did a marathon, if you want to watch that. We've done a lot of new wave on the channel. We did let me just do something here real quick. We did Aha. We've done obviously a lot of Tears for Fears. It's just such good music, and this again, I would have not thought those. It didn't seem like two songs. It was just like a second part that could have been maybe a second song. But if it really was, it's perfect. The way it was recorded. 2 minutes of Tainted Love, and then 2 minutes for Where Did Our Love Go. Very, very cool. I'm looking at them now here. Soft Cell from Great Britain. And they're still around, they're still, I see here that they are, let me see. Oh, and it's so cool because we just, we did 2 interviews. They're on tour. There it is with Simple Minds. We've done some Simple Minds as well. So we just interviewed the current violin player of the prog band Kansas, and he also has his own band, and he's just played with everyone, with the Bruce Springsteen, and just like very, very cool big names. He was like, don't believe if somebody says You know, this is our farewell tour. They'll be back. They'll be back because right now it's literally like, unfortunately, we live in a time where record sales are obviously not the same. There's some, you know, you guys, and even my generation, we still buy CDs. I like to own my stuff, you know. I'm a huge fan of physical media. It depends. There's some media that it gets just too clunky, too full, you know. Maybe movies, you know, I buy the ones that I love. I want to have them on my shelf. I want to be able to grab, you know, the movie. And Alexa did a little, you know, poll asking, and a lot of people were like, I only do digital. What I don't like about digital is because they can just, you know, take it down, and then even though you bought it, and the fine print says you're just renting it, you know, this is just a license for you don't own the CD. That's, you know, that's why I like physical media. So going back to what the violinist was talking about is like, right now bands, they do have to go out and tour, you know, in their 60s and 70s, because the sales, you know, are not the same. So the bread and butter, the money is being done by touring. So he said, if there's a farewell tour, you know, trust me, they'll be back. They'll be back for another tour. So, which is awesome because we get to see our favorite bands from the 70s and the 80s and 90s, you know. So this was awesome. Okay, let's continue. And I do remember this guy's face, Mark Almond. Almond, I think as a solo artist, or maybe it was even a soft cell video that he showed us that evening, but only he was in it, not David Ball, who's also in this duo, you know. Okay, so let's continue. This was very, very good, very, very good. Where the Streets Know Your Name is next. I Can't Take My Eyes Off of You. That sounds very familiar. By the Pet Shop Boys, single 1991. Let's see. Okay, I think I have the correct one. This one was a little bit harder to find, so I found it on the Smash, the singles, 1985 to 2020. So I think I have the right one now. Song by U2 combined with a song made famous by Frankie Valli. Let's check it out. Here we go. And I'll recognize if it's really the Pet Shop Boys or if this is some kind of cover. If it is, we'll do the original right after, okay? All right, let me just get the slide out of my face. It is the Pet Shop Boys. I mean, I can see their faces on the screen.
I want to reach
right. This was great. It was so great. My watch spinning detected. I was like in a spinning class or something. Let me see if I can close this. There's something here on Spotify where you can, when you listen to music, like in the left corner, you see pretty much like a little video. Now I think, let's see. Oh, you can close it. I think that video, like this computer's getting a little bit old. I think I saw myself lag there. Obviously, now, because of the channel and because of editing and because of other stuff, and then I have my software open to record and all this stuff, it's getting kind of slow. Oh my god, the Kansas album fell again behind me. I have to like do something about that. Yesterday we were mid-interview and it just fell, but it could have fallen like in the night or something, but it doesn't look really it doesn't look good. So yeah, I think, you know, when you have that thing playing, it kind of like takes a lot of RAM from your computer. So now I've already closed almost everything. Then also the software that we use to edit the thumbnails, those crazy amount of RAM, you know. So even just the even my spreadsheet that I use to have everything, you know, like the marathons and the songs and everything, I write everything down. So the sheer amount of windows that are open and tabs on this computer are ridiculous. So we need a faster computer. We already have a faster computer. We have a Mac right here, which is a super freaking fast. Like that's what we used to record music, but we haven't made the switch, you know, and it's over there. That's where we sit to record. Here's where we make videos, so we kind of have to change, but it's gonna happen. So the first one, where the streets have no name. So you know why I couldn't find it, JK? Because you wrote, "Well, the streets know your name," and I was like, I was going insane. I was like, I can't find this song. So now I found, so that's how I found it on Smash, but Smash is Pet Shop Boys. It's just a compilation, which is perfectly fine. And I got the right version too. There was a version that was a little bit longer. So where the streets have no name, I think I've heard that by YouTube, but I could be wrong. It did seem familiar, but that da-dum, ba-dum, ba-da-dum, ba, that was like, yes, I've heard that before. But not this version, you know? Give me a second. Give me a second. Alexia's calling. Okay. Missed call. Okay, let me try. Look, let me pause. I want to call her back, and then I want to see if I can turn that off. That video because it's just a loop of something. It's literally spoiling the video. So I'll be right back, okay? All right, everyone. So I did talk to Alexia for about 30 minutes. So I'm saying she kind of like threw me off now. Okay, but we're gonna continue. We're gonna continue with Robert Palmer, who I love his music. I love his style. We did some awesome reactions on the channel if you want to check him out. Very famous stuff, you know, the video with him dancing with the very sexy women, you know. I'm sure you know which video I'm talking about. I don't remember the name right now of the song, but it's one of his most famous ones. So this is called Mercy, I guess Mercy Me, I Want You medley, and this is from the album Don't Explain, 1990. Let's see, is that on here, the one that I'm talking about? I don't know, maybe Robert Palmer, Addicted to, I think it's Addicted to Love. Addicted to Love, right? Yeah. Okay. Here we go. And this is the longest track of the marathon. Enjoy, everyone. Here we go.
They used to be. No, no, where did all the blue skies go? Poison is the wind that blows from the north, west, south, and east. Oh, mercy, mercy me. Oh, things ain't what they used to be. No, no. Oil wasted on the oceans and our seas. Oh, fish full of mercury. Ain't what they used to be. No, no. Radiation underground and in the sky. Animals and birds who live nearby are dying. Oh, mercy, mercy me. Oh, things ain't what they used to be. What about this overcrowded land? How much more abuse from man can't she stand? And I want you, but I want you to want me too. Said I want you to love me, just like I want you. Oh, I'll give you all love you want in return, sweet darling. Your happiness is all I crave.
So much going on.
Ooh, it's too bad. It's just too sad. You don't want me now. But I'm gonna change your mind some way, somehow, baby. I want you the right way. I want you, but I want you to want me too. I want you,
This guy, I mean, oh man, it's such a. I was just looking at just stuff from his life, and he died so young. I mean, 40, 50, no, 40, 54. And insane. How does somebody die that young? But it looks like it was drug related and just abuse and drinking and smoking and thankfully stuff that I stopped doing literally when I was like 19 years old. Yeah. Like I honestly I'm very lucky that, you know, because I was also like a wild kid, you know. And in Mexico, you know, there's really no control. And everything is available, and you know, you're hanging around with the wrong people. It's dangerous. And I found out very, very quickly how dangerous it was, and I was like, I'm done. I'm done. I kept smoking cigarettes for a while. That's I guess the hardest thing, but alcohol, drugs, I'm like, I'm good. I just saw a lot of things, and I also felt like this is very, very dangerous, you know. So yeah, that's a shame. And three failed marriages. It's obviously also a lot of. I mean, a person could get seriously depressed, you know. Three failed marriages, like that's just insane. But let's talk about the music. The guy who's obviously a genius. I love his singing. But the band that he had on this, oh my God, they're playing all this beautiful jazzy stuff, but also this Afro, you know, the rhythms, beautiful trumpets and piano, you know, keyboards, and just the whole musical vibe is fantastic. And when I said Barry White, I was actually thinking of Marvin Gaye, and I completely skipped a JK's like side note. So I want to still say it. Here's Mercy Mercy Me, I Want You by Robert Palmer from the album Don't Explain 1990, combining two songs made famous by Marvin Gaye. And that's who I thought of. It reminds me of Marvin Gaye. But I mean also, yeah, Barry White and Marvin Gaye have a little bit of a similar styles, like this, you know, like very erotic kind of like, you know, sensual music, you know, like Let's Get It On and stuff like that. And then every time I listen to Barry White, it's like, whoa, like it's very seductive, you know. So that kind of feel, you know. This was wonderful, a really, really great track. Just all the instrumentation put into this, just so professional, you know. Everything just sounded like he had the best of the best, you know, musicians. I'm a huge fan of his music, really. Every time I listen to Robert Palmer, I'm like, wow, this guy, you know. So thank you again, JK, for putting in this track. And I mean, all of these are such hits, you know. So we're gonna close it off here with The Devil with a Blue Dress On, Good Golly Miss Molly by Mitch Ryder and the Detroit Wheels from the album Breakout from the 60s, 1966, just like we started. Here it is, Breakout, exclamation mark. Song by Shorty Long combined with a song made famous by Little Richard. And then he said, Jake is like, wow, that's a lot of info. Because I mean, everything he had to type. So thank you, JK, for, you know, for doing this. It's a lot of work. Like, you know, I think it's a lot of work. And that's why I highly, I'm so thankful when you guys watch these videos and you thank the actual person that requested the video, because honestly, they put in all the work. You know, I mean, at least half of the work, because they have to choose the songs. They have to think about this. I've put together marathons. It's exhausting, you know, because you want it to be good. You want it to be entertaining. You want to choose the right songs. you want it to be fun, you know, and you want to have a great result. Like I'm like very honest. If something doesn't sound good, I'll say, well, you know, I wouldn't listen to this. Like, this sucks. You know, I'm very honest. And but it almost never happens because you guys always choose like very good stuff. But sometimes it does happen. You know, it has happened where I'm just like, I don't see. But that's all only like my personal opinion. Doesn't mean that it sucks just because I say so. But just, you know. So, but yeah. I lost my train of thought, but hey, I wanted to yes, what I was going for, little Yoda, right there. I have a little Yoda here. He's always helping me, giving me strength, and positivity. What I was gonna say is that I'm really glad when you guys say, "Hey, JK, that was awesome. Thank you, JK." You know, I think that's very sweet, and that's what this channel is all about. That's why people, I think, you know, that's what I would want to see if I would request a marathon, to people to see, yeah, I put something cool together. That's what it is, you know. That's what I would look forward to that, you know. So please express your opinions in the comment section. If you can thank JK, please do so, you know, because they're making this happen. People, you know, like JK and Dave and Eric and Steven, and, you know, the list goes on. You know, we got so many Stevens, we got a lot of Erics, we got a lot of Daves. So thank you all, honestly, for making this happen, because it's difficult, because YouTube, you know, they're very strict, and only a couple of videos are monetized, and then most of the times those videos don't even get any sorts of views. So, you know, so this whole, you know, you're making it happen so we can continue doing this, and, you know, and making the channel grow, and then one day maybe we can, you know, do our own music, or do our own stuff, you know, like videos that we've posted, you know, going on trips and stuff like that. Okay, so here we go with Mitch Ryder on the Detroit Wheels. This is the last song. Enjoy. We'll talk about it.
All right. Jump up. Get it. Hey. Devil with a blue dress, blue dress, blue dress. Devil with a blue dress on. Ooh, yeah. Devil with a blue dress, blue dress, blue dress. Devil with a blue dress on. Beep, beep, bye, bye, bo, bo, bum. Looking mighty now, here she comes. Wearing a wig hat and shades to match. Got her high-heeled shoes and an alligator hat. Wearing her pearls and a diamond ring. Got bracelets on her finger and everything. Devil with the blue dress on. She's the devil with the blue dress on. Lord have mercy. Devil with the blue dress on. Devil with the blue dress on. Hey, wearing a perfume Chanel number 5. Got to be the finest girl alive. You walk real cool, catches everybody's eye. I got to be nervous, I can't say hi. Not too skinny, she's not too fat. She's a real humdinger and I like them like that. Devil with the blue dress on. She's the devil with the blue dress on. Hey, I say now, devil with the blue dress on. Yeah, the devil with the blue dress on. Good golly, Miss Miley. Oh, yeah, so like a ball. Yeah, yeah, golly, Miss Miley. So like a ball. Everybody in the evening, don't you hear your mama call?
I've heard this.
From the early morning to the early night, you see Miss Miley rocking at the house of tonight. Good golly, Miss Miley. You sure like a ball. Oh, yeah.
a night and everything. Devil with the blue dress, blue dress, blue dress, the devil with the blue dress. I love that devil with the blue dress. All right, gonna sock it to me now. Got to jump up and down. Got to feel it.
Yes. Okay. So this last one, the second one, I've heard, and you know where? I stumbled across back when I was living in Germany. I stumbled across this tape that I got from a friend, and it was called Jive Bunny. And it started with "Come on everybody, come on everybody," you know, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. And it was like this, I think 8-9 minute medley with literally just like little tidbits, like 10 seconds, 15 seconds of a song. And one of them, the second one, was in there. And I remember playing that to my parents, and they freaked out. And so my mom and dad were both born. I think my dad was born, I think 1940. So yeah, I'm like the last, the last. I was very, very late. And my mom, so it was their time, you know, the 50s and 60s. That's when they were, you know, kids, teenagers. So my dad, he was a huge rock and roll, like, freak dancer, like rock and roll music, you know, that well, give me a second. Little Richard. So Little Richard, and just like the rock and roll music, like 50s rock and roll music. So so they would just, he would start dancing, and these are different moves. These were awesome moves. And my mom, like, obviously she knew how, she knew how to dance, but not like my dad. My dad would literally do competitions and stuff like that. So I would play them that, and they were like, man, this is like our stuff. This is before the internet. You couldn't just like pull up like the whole, they have different albums. This sets album number 1, album number 2. So I'm sure there's like different mixes of Jive Bunny and the master mixers. Okay. Awesome. And so, yeah, but I would just play that. I would just like rewind and then play it again. Or maybe I even had a CD, because I remember rewinding. I think I just skipped back. Yeah. So that was cool. So yeah, definitely. And also there's this awesome scene in Predator. I don't know if you've seen the movie. It's a very good movie. The first one is my favorite. They've made like 7 more. And now Disney owns it. So let's see what happens with that. The first one was filmed in Puerto Vallarta, where we lived in Mexico. So you could go to the set, which is by Mismaloya, the beach where the helicopter lands with Arnold in it. And then they go into the jungle, you know, and then there was this restaurant in the jungle, like 20 minutes, like by car. And you can go there, and they have this helicopter that burned, because Arnold like kind of like RPG'd it, you know, and that they have that chopper you can sit in there, and it's obviously signed by everyone and people. And but there's this cool scene in the movie The Predator before they land, before they kind of like rope down, by Little Richard, and it's that song. What is it? I'm having like a brain fart, because I usually know how to sing it, or at least like mime it, but right now I don't know how it goes. But that's Little Richard as well. That was like my first exposure. And yes, The Predator is not supposed to be watched by, you know, kids. It's very violent. But hey, you know, I had this friend, and his parents were circus artists, you know, so they would never be home. They would always be on the road, in Europe, and so his dad had like this collection of like action movies, you know, like Die Hard and The Predator and Rambo, everything we were not supposed to watch. So we watched it. And yeah, so that's where we watched The Predator. And I was scared. I was so small when I watched it, but yeah, I did. So, and then it's so funny. Then when we moved from Germany to Mexico, because I watched it in Germany, I was just fascinated that it was like, oh my God, I have seen this movie. I can't believe they filmed it right here where we live. But yeah, it's a great movie, but it's scary for kids. So yeah, don't show it to your kids. But yeah, that's it. Again, thank you so much, JK, for this awesome marathon. I had a blast. I hope you guys did as well. 5 songs or 10, whatever, you know. I loved it. Thank you so much. I love doing these reactions, and I really appreciate all your support and your love, your comments. You know, I usually, when it's the usual people that watch us, the comments are adorable. Yes, of course, there's always some negativity on the internet. It's the internet, you know, it is. Like being in the Wild West. It's just random people clicking on your videos and hating on you. But hey, you know, you grow really thick skin, you know, especially after a couple of years, you're like, whatever, you know, because it's people just like typing up, you know, garbage that they have on their mind, and, you know, but the good comments are the sweetest, most kind-hearted things I've ever read in my life, honestly. Like, so again, thank you so much for all your support. I really love you guys, and I hope to see you in the next one.